myself and Fawad to a very catchy named Dynamic Offer Creation in a Digital Economy. As Ray said, I'm the CTO of Sigma Systems. I also sit on the TM4 Executive Committee board. Fawad is CTO of Customer for Telstra. And previously you were, the bit you were doing before, CTO
I was
for?
a principal enterprise architect in the city department.
So Fawad and along with a lot of his other colleagues at Telstra have been sponsoring several initiatives that really are underpinning what they consider to be transformative around becoming a digital service provider. And Fawad is going to talk about a couple of those initiatives later on. I wanted to give some context in terms of the pressures that certainly Telstra are facing and of course globally at a macro level the rest of the industry is facing in terms of really the pressure and competition that traditional service providers are facing in what has completely changed as an industry. And really it's all because service providers are up against digital natives that have completely changed the driver, the pace of innovation, and certainly the product market demand that's now there. So if you look at a traditional service provider, it's very clear that their DNA is very different. Traditional service providers are very engineering network centric and accustomed to taking months and years to innovate in the network, to innovate in the systems, and ultimately how that manifests itself in terms of the products and services that they take to market. So they're very used to taking a long time to create things, to sell them, and to ultimately deliver them. Digital natives, completely different. Belligerently, passionately, myopically focused on innovating products that they know their customers want and getting them to the customer in the channels in which the customers want to do business. And that means the DNA of a digital native is very different. It's about pleasing the customer with the products that they can create and deliver and getting it to the customer instantaneously in an automated zero-touch fashion. And when that type of industry is now completely encroached upon the traditional service provider industry, there's no room to hide anymore in terms of the complexity of the systems infrastructure and certainly the complexity of the network. So really, that is the backdrop to what Telstra are doing in this space, and certainly what a lot of other service providers are doing here in terms of how they are going to quickly adapt how they operate today into becoming more of a digital native. And to do that, it's not just about changing the technology, it's also about changing the way that service providers think and operate. And it is a massive cultural shift. And yesterday during the executive summit, I think some of you were in there, we talked a lot about technology is actually only a small component of what traditional service providers need to do in order to completely reorientate the way that they operate and the way they go to market. And you can't just do that by hiring in one or two people here and there in the organization. A lot of it has to come through ecosystem partnerships. A lot of it has to come through potentially M&A, because you need to acquire at a macro level en masse that type of culture that says, I'm going to focus my product innovation around my customer. I'm going to get it to market very quickly, and I'm going to make sure that as I deliver it, I'm doing it without failure. So when we talk about the digital create, sell, deliver mandate, what we're really talking about is an organization that has the agility, both in terms of mindsets and ultimately in terms of architecture around creating products, taking them to market, and getting them to the customers. And so I'm going to hand over to Fawad, who's going to talk about the Dynamic Offer Creation Initiative that is underpinning some of the Telstra focus in this area.
Thank you very much, Catherine. So yeah, Catherine gave my introduction. So I'm working with Telstra as a Chief Technology Officer for the customers. So I think what Catherine mentioned is quite important to understand, right? So she mentioned about digital native, right? And I think this is super important for us as service providers to focus our attention on the customers and understand their needs, understand our customers better, and personalize our offers for them, right? And take those offers to the market fast enough for them to consume those offers. Yeah. So this was the intent of the offer canvas catalyst that we did in partnership with Sigma and other participants and champions. And I'll encourage you to Google search offer canvas and go on TM Forum website and have a look. There are a lot of documentation on that, right? But the idea is that, you know, how can we take the offers to the market in a sub-second rate, right? And we wanted to come with an architecture that does that. So these are a few of the things, you know, I mean, and I think Catherine already touched on most of them already. So I won't go in too much detail, but, you know, the market trends are that, you know, we are facing a lot of competition in the market. There are new players coming in the market with some innovative offers and a better customer experience, right? Digitization is now becoming a key, you know, factor, and customers' expectations are growing in terms of what they expect us to deliver to them in a more personalized and faster manner, right? And customers always ask for more with less. And the customer demands are personalization, self-service, they want brilliant experiences. And that's an important one, right? So business is demanding us to reduce time to market. So they want to go to the market in as less time as possible. As soon as we identify an opportunity to personalize an offer for a customer or a customer segment, we want to equip our offer managers and product managers to innovate and curate that offer fast enough and take to the market and you know, present that offer in front of the customers who are in need for that particular offer. So personalizing the content, right? So that's time to speed is one of the critical factors, not only in telecom, but in other industries as well, right? And of course, increase innovation. So I mean, we, as Catherine mentioned, right? So we want to have laser focused on our customer experiences. When our offer managers are focusing on our customers, we want other things, technology to be happening for them, right? So they are looking at the customers, they're looking at what they want, what offers will be valuable for them. Once they have figured that out, we should be equipping them with enough tools and capabilities so that they can create new offers to target that segment really, really easily and quickly, right? And this is what I'll cover in detail, yeah. And of course, you know, leveraging the data intelligence to understanding what is that customer segment and what offer will be valuable for them, right? So, we made these ideas and thoughts real by coming to TM Forum, by collaborating with Sigma and other participants and champions, right? And now I'll go deeper into the architecture, and this is very high level. I mean, you can read more documentation, come and talk to me after the session, and I can go in much more detail, right? But the idea was to divide our architecture into 3 distinct sections, right? So decision time, design time, and runtime. Decision time is where our offer managers can look at the information and the data about our customers and what offers we have taken to the market and how much revenue those offers have generated, right? Using that information, they can build the customer segments and understand what offers will be valuable for them. That's what the job of the decision time architecture is, right? The design time is where once they have identified a segment, then they want to create new offer to target them. That's where they design new offers. And runtime is where our customer, once the offer is in the market, our customers can then order those offers and then, you know, consume them, right? So, and you know, there's a clear separation between design time and runtime. And the reason for that separation is that we want to be able to design once and use multiple times. So a runtime could be a wholesale offering or a consumer offering or an enterprise offering, but we don't want to be designing multiple times, right? So that's why there's a clear separation that we design, and then we communicate our design to 1 or more runtimes for them to be able to present those offers to our customers. So, yeah, I mean, so in runtime, we have got services. Services could be of network services, our partner services, our cloud services. What happens is that we publish those services, the service configuration and fulfillment metadata that describes how those services will be fulfilled, assured, and be presented to our customers into the design time. And then what happens is that in design time, we have got Sigma catalog. Sigma catalog consumes those configurations and present those services in a form of a catalog or a list of services that can be curated to build new offers and products, right? Once the design is done in offer and product design canvas, that design or a metadata of that design is then published back to our runtime as offers and products to be consumed by our BSS and OSS systems, and they understand what the metadata is, and they perform actions based on what the metadata is. Every system has to perform a different action. So if there's a legal system, that system interprets the metadata in a different way because they have to modularize the legal contracts, right? If it's a billing system, they'll utilize exactly the same metadata translated into different action, which is like setting up the billing processes, right? And if it's a UI, that will consume the same metadata, publish an offer to the UI, so that the customers can have a look and order that stuff, right? So the idea is that once we build the metadata in the Sigma catalog, the same metadata can be interpreted by our different BSS and OSS systems to be ready for our customers to order those products and services. And then, of course, when in runtime our customers order, then the service fulfillment request goes to the actual service and then they get fulfilled, right? And last but not least, the important component is about decision time. So the decision time looks at how our offers are performing in the market, who is consuming those offers, who are those customers, what are those customer segments, all the information about the customer, that's consumed in the decision time so that our offer managers can make decisions what offer they want to target to what customer segments. So on a high level, this is an architecture that we have done. And as I said, the information is online on Offer Canvas website in TM Forum, and you can have a look in detail here. So, so how does this approach achieve the success that I mentioned in my previous slide, right? So personalization. So our customers want offers to be personalized. So what we want to give the capability to our offer managers to access the Sigma catalog and curate different offers that are more personal to our customer segment or a particular customer, and be able to create that easily, right? So in that offer canvas, we can deliver personalization for our customers and customer segments. Self-service. So our offer managers don't want to rely on IT and networks too much to be able to create new offers and product faster and take them to the market, right? So what we have given is we have given a self-service capability to our offer managers. They can log in to Offer Canvas, to Sigma catalog, and they have got a list of services. They can consume them, combine them, create different products and offers, and also combine multiple commercial construct, billing construct, or legal construct with those offers to take them to the market. That's the way we achieve self-service. Our business demand was reduced time to market. So what normally happens is that when we have to take an offer to the market today, offer managers comes up with an idea. They come up with a concept. Then they hand over that concept, which is a document, a Word document, over to our IT team, the network teams, right? And then those teams have to make manual changes in different BSS and OSS systems to enable those offers and to take those offers to the market. And that process takes more than 6 to 18 months, right? So what we wanted to do was to reduce that time to sub-second, if possible, right? So the way we achieve that is by using the metadata-driven architecture and catalog-driven architecture. So our catalog generates the metadata, and as I said, the same metadata is being consumed by the BSS and OSS systems. Those systems perform functions that are relevant to them, but based on the same information that they get from the metadata file. That's the way we achieve quick time to market. And our business demand was increased innovation. So now when our offer managers have to innovate offers and take them to the customers who need them, they don't have to interact with IT and networks at all, pretty much. What they can do is they can consume the services that are already published in the catalog and create offers as frequently as they want and take them to the market and offer them to the specific customer or customer segments. And another demand was that leveraging data intelligence. So we have to learn from the data that we have got about offers and our customers. So our decision time engine or decision time architecture component, right, that gives us the ability to leverage the data and use intelligence and AI and machine learning tools to actually personalize offer for our target customer and customers. And lastly, we want brilliant customer experiences. So if we take personalized offers to our customers, they will have brilliant customer experiences, right? So this whole architecture enables us to provide brilliant customer experience for our customers. As a next step, we are continuing our efforts in TM Forum, and we will be doing another catalyst in Nice. So please come and join our team and work with us. We are welcoming participants and champion to be part of it. The three things that we plan to do next is extending our architecture to more, into incorporating more service creation and service innovation and service modularization. So services that are being built on the network and cloud and third-party services, we want to be able to consume those services and publish them fast enough into the catalog. So we are standardizing those interfaces, and we'll work on that piece. So that'll be the first one direction. The second direction is that what telcos have realized that we cannot offer end-to-end services to our customers just from our own products and services, right? We have to partner. We have to partner with the ecosystem of multiple different service providers like cloud providers or logistics or other things, right? And how can we consume those services in a single catalog where offer managers can not only consume Telstra or telco services, but the third-party cloud and other services, right? So we want to work on an onboarding standard. How do we onboard new products and services into the catalog so that the consumption becomes really easy for offer managers? And the third thing is that extending the architecture to more legal system. So when we modularize our services, how can we modularize the legal contracts? So because now we are offering a capability to offer managers to create services at runtime. So when and we don't know what services they will mix and match to create new offers, right? So whatever services that they pick, we want to be able to model the legal contracts on the runtime as well. So if I pick X, Y, and Z service, I want a contract to be built dynamically with those three services. Right? If I use X and Z only, I want a legal contract to be built with X and Z. So that modularization idea, we want to take it further to the legal system and the service management aspects. Yeah. And finally, as I mentioned before, so Offer Canvas team, which is Sigma, Telstra, AT&T, Orange, and Infosys, and there were other Oracle. There were other 5 participants, right? So as a team, we will be contributing our architecture, the principles, guidelines, and implications to TM Forum. And I'm taking the opportunity to welcome participation from all of you. Please join our team, understand what we've done, and let's contribute back the learnings back to TM Forum and make TM Forum a better place. Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Yes, we're a very friendly team. I think what's important, can we get thank you. What's really key here is Fouad and his colleagues pioneered this initiative using TM Forum standards and pulling together partners, took that back into Telstra, made it a reality, and moving on to the next stage of the catalyst. And I think it represents a hugely valuable initiative within the forum and the value that they've actually been able to take back into Telstra and back here again. I think if you look at each one of these things and where this initiative is going to go with the catalyst, what underpins it is that componentization, catalog-driven nature of the architecture. And if you fast forward all the way from that type of deployment to what you're trying to achieve in the market through, becoming a digital native and digitizing all your services from the moment of creation to all the way up to offer packaging and putting it out to the market, to ultimately driving a much more automated zero-touch experience for the customer, because that's what customers want. They don't want to have to deal with human beings anymore unless they have a complaint. And so, that is ultimately what we're trying to get to. I think we have 15 seconds for our questions.
Well, yeah, no, it's actually counting the other direction.
Oh,
But
no, we've expired.
But no, we do have time for some questions. We want some time for some questions. So, and we do like talking to human beings here.
Yeah.
So let's have a human being asking you a question.
We'll make that one exception.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge I faced during that time, when I want to give the first column that you have put down, decision criteria, that criteria is with product managers. They don't want to own the data. So have you got anything for that?
They don't own the data, and that's the key difference. And I think that what we've done is elevated what they do own. What they own is what that data represents in terms of the compelling capabilities that Telstra have to offer. They can now see it in a way that makes sense to them in order to actually achieve that offer creation stage. Whereas if you're looking at a bunch of tables and Excel spreadsheets and Word documents, who's going to want to own that and actually have to somehow come up with something that's going to be profitable and compelling in the marketplace? And I think, clearly catalog driven is more than just assembling that data into a common repository. It's about the experience you have on the product manager side as well. And I think, what you...
No, you're right. And when we talk about digital transformation, right, it's not just about technology. It's about upskilling our skills as well to be able to look at that data and make decisions, right? So I think in Telstra and in other service providers, we have to rethink and reimagine our role of a product manager and give them the skills or give them the capabilities and make it easier for them to consume the data and make the right decision for our customers.
That's the question.
Hi.
Go on.
Interesting. I just wanted to know how long did the transformation took place?
So we are still on the journey. So, we in TM Forum, it was unbelievable. We did that in 2 months from the start to the finish. And then we took the learnings back to Telstra and we spent another 2 months using another use case. So I think we are still on the journey. We know that this is the right architecture and this is the right way to go about. And we are committed to make it happen, yeah.
One biggest challenge that you face?
I think the biggest challenge was to think of, we have the technologies, right? We have the ideas, right? But the biggest challenge was to, how can we incorporate those things into a consistent and coherent architecture? How those things will play together and how they will work in a harmonized way to give the experience to our offer managers and product managers and our customers.
Yeah, and position it and convince the people that had to make it happen that it was achievable. And they, the buy-in and the cultural shift to say, yeah, this makes sense and this is how we're going to adopt and operate around it.
And to Ketsin's point, when we started our initiative, right, people were like, you guys are dreaming. This is not possible, right? So we took that as a challenge for ourselves, and I think the team did a brilliant job. I can't think of a better architecture than what we have done here, right? So I think we've done a brilliant job, and this is a very good foundation for us as a community to develop on.
Yeah.
So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thanks, yeah.
Thank you.